If I was still in Nigeria, that business would have gone so big. Hi loves, welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole. I'm a Nigerian based in the UK. I'm about faith, relocation, and my lifestyle here in the UK. If this is your first time stopping on this channel, welcome. This is a place you should be, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. It's good to have you again. So today guys, as promised last week in my last sit down video, I said I'll be doing shout out to the best comments for the week, and I have gone through all the comments for last week and I've been able to pick out just one comment. All the comments I got were amazing. Thank you very much for your comment. They mean so much to me. I'm just so grateful for the gift of you all. Thank you so much for all the beautiful comments in the comment section. But I'll be doing a shout out to just one person this week, and probably to be even next week. Shout out to Oyeleke Joy 4432. She said, Omo, I enjoyed every bit of the video, but the way I was blinded with the beauty. The beauty is beautifying. I don't know if there's any sentence like that too, but you look really good, sis. Thank you very much for that beautiful comment. It means a lot to me. I'm just so happy about the comment. Like, my beauty is beautifying. Oh my goodness. So I appreciate all the comments in the comment section, and if you haven't watched the last video, please go ahead to watch the last video I posted about my experience generally in the UK. And today I'll be talking about experience as well. From the title you already kind of like have an idea of what the video is going to be about, right? So without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. So while preparing to shoot a video for this day, so just got like an inspiration, like, why don't you talk about your experience being an independent lady? And I just like, okay, since I feel like talking about experiences, I can as well just sit down and talk about my experience being an independent lady, coming from being a dependent to an independent lady. If you sit around to the end of this video, trust me, you get a gist. The point of this video is for you to just take one or two lessons from whatever I have to say. So I would say my independent journey started when I was in secondary school. So I went to secondary school where it was for day students and as well boarding house students. I was a day student 80%. So I went to the boarding house when I was preparing for my WAEC. So I basically lived in the boarding house for 2 years, right? So it's basically just your parents cannot come to visit unless there is a visiting day, which is like maybe the third Saturday in the month. And even sometimes, you know, your parents are actually busy that they don't get to come for one of the visiting days. So I would say I started being independent when I was in a boarding house, you know, having to make decisions by myself, me having control over my expenses, even though I'm not the one sponsoring myself, but you know, me deciding, okay, this is what I want to buy, okay, me deciding, oh, this is what I want to save. The place of taking charge and control of my life started right from there, even though my parents were still in control of everything. So that kind of like gave me a sense of responsibility. So now you're by yourself and you need to actually take responsibility of your actions, whatever you do, because there is still going to be that stage of your life where you have to start doing things by yourself. Thanking God for good parents who actually made me realize early that, girl, like, you have to be independent, even though they are always available, always around every time to like make me comfortable and make me have a good life. So I would say that journey started right from secondary school. So I went to university where the distance from the city where I lived at that time to my school was about 3 hours plus journey. The moment I got to university, the sense of responsibility became heightened, because now a girl is older, and I'm telling you for free, at this time I was still a teenager, but I learned to start being independent at a very early age, because I know one way or the other I need to make plans. With the help of God and the help of my parents, I need to be on my foot and take some decisions in time. I was away from home for 4 years. You only came home for holidays, probably 2-3 weeks holidays. So I tend to take control and take charge and make some decisions which my parents are able to like entrust a bigger decision or bigger decisions in my hands. So at an early stage I've learned to trust God, do whatever God will have me do. And if you're a child who knows God for yourself and God speaks to you frequently, when you go up to your parents and you say, okay, this is what God is saying about this situation, they can trust you because there have been evidence in tracking back to things that have happened or occurred in the past, there are evidences that okay, God has said this about this and it has actually come to pass. So they can actually trust you because you have a personal relationship with God. So one of the things I would say helped me, my personal responsibilities, I learned to take take charge of my own life by managing my schedule, basically, making proper plan. And that's why I said the boarding house helped. You sitting down and saying, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is what I need to achieve in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, through the help of the Holy Spirit, achieving them as well, not just setting out goals, but being able to achieve them, or looking at yourself and praying and talking to God, what would you have me do, even up to the career. Part of the stages of being independent is parents asking what do you want to become in future, and not them basically choosing for you, but you saying this is what I want to do, or this is what God will have me do, or this is God leading me to this at this point in my life. I was able to handle my day-to-day activities independently when I was in uni, and I learned to live by myself, trusting God, relying on God, and taking charge of my life. So the place of seeking your parents' advice is very, very important. But when you learn to be independent early at a young age, it helps you when you start making some decisions in your life. The fact that I was away from home was able to help me understand and realize that, girl, you need to take charge of your life. So I would say that also transferred to when I finished university and I was posted for my NYSC. So NYSC is a 1-year compulsory service you do in your country. We do that in Nigeria. So I was posted to Zamfara for my NYSC camp. But I personally wanted to get a transfer, which I later did. Good thing was that I did not get a transfer to Ibadan, because I just wanted to have a sense of responsibility at this stage of my life. I can do this by myself, I can get this for myself. I was able to live successfully for a year for my service and even stayed back in the city where I served. So how was that possible? Because my parents were able to see that, oh, she's been making decisions for herself and it's been going well. So if this is what she's trying to do at this stage of her life, definitely it's something that will definitely go well. But let us just watch her do that and achieve it. So as a child, you have to learn to responsibility, be independent at an early age, so that your parents can trust you when you're making decisions in your life. So I would say networking and social connection also helps me, and this has to do with who do you work with, who are the people you relate yourself with. At the time when I was in university, I knew what I wanted to do. I have a picture of what God will have me do. So I built my relationship so strong, and I had a personal relationship with God, and I started making plans, connecting myself to people in that circle. You're going to achieve this, you actually need to connect yourself with people of like minds, right? So at that time, even while in 100 level, I knew that okay, God had said that okay, you are not going to have your postgraduate studies in Nigeria. And I started working towards it in prayer, and I started connecting with people. I was able to achieve this at a young age by yourself. I finished my university at a very young age. I'm in my 20s, right? So also how I became independent as a young girl is setting goals and planning it. After connecting with people of like minds, I started setting out goals. How can I achieve this goal in 3 years? How can I achieve this goal in 5 years? And I started applying to schools. I started researching, checking out schools, countries. If I'm planning to travel out of the country, what are the important things I need to do? Get an international passport. From my NYC money, I was able to remove money, and I was able to apply for my international passports without even the help of my parents. So these are ways I showed independence. I can actually achieve this. If your parents are going to support you and sponsor you along the line, you must actually play some part. You have a role to play, which I did. If you've watched my video, I think that's the second video on my channel about how I gained over 17 admissions. How did this happen? I started applying to schools, checked out schools in America, checked out schools in Canada, checked out schools in UK, started applying. Even applications that required application fee, I started paying application fee of $60, $120 with my own money. How was I able to achieve this? Was because I already set a goal, and I was able to achieve it by saving and working towards it. So these are little ways of you gaining independence, when you're able to do things by yourself with your own initiatives without being told. Like, I didn't get to that stage where my parents would not say, okay, you finished NYSC, now let's sit down, what do you want to do, what do you plan to do? Like, I didn't go through that at all, because I already had a plan. Where I needed my parents' help was in the tuition fee and deposit payment. But if I had not gone through all this, it would be difficult for them to just pay that. But because they were able to like see me go through the process and like trust the decision I made, so when I came, I said, okay, well, this is school fees, like I've gotten admission, I'm traveling to the UK. It was easy because they've been able to see that, oh, so you were able to do this by yourself, able to apply to university by yourself, even able to like apply for your visa by yourself, booked your flights by yourself, traveled to the UK by yourself. You've been focused and able to adapt to circumstances. So because I've been able to like independently and outrightly do things back then, so it was easy for my parents to like trust me and let me go when I was ready to like relocate to the UK, right? And they were able to trust that, okay, she was able to do well for herself back in Nigeria, then we're able to trust her to be able to take good care of herself when she gets to the UK, which I did. I got to the UK, I was able to take care of myself, make decisions, start paying for my rent, paid my rent all through my university days. I think my rent in total was about £7,000, if not £8,000. I was able to pay my rent by myself, able to feed myself, able to do everything by myself except for my tuition fee, which my parents supported me with, right? So this is actually a way of taking charge of your life. Also, I would like to say, having a skill development, like this is very, very important, even if you're in Nigeria, because like I said, when I was in Nigeria, when I was 7, I was still able to like take good care of myself. I was comfortable, I was okay, like for a single lady, because I had the skill. I learned how to make hair, I was able to learn how to do makeup myself. I paid for the makeup fee by myself, I got my makeup products by myself, I started doing makeup. I even had a business. I was doing pastry. I'm so big on you having a business, like side hustle and making it your own main hustle. Like I'm so big on you being your own boss. So this is something I already started even before I went to serve. I started making it for people while I was in university. I started selling data and card right from my 100 level, right? And I was making money. Even at some point I started selling perfume in school. I just wanted to be independent. Like I want to be a child who is capable of sponsoring herself. Like I don't want to be calling every single time to say, please send me 5,000 naira, please I need to buy detergent to wash my. I didn't want that for myself, because I know I have a bigger picture of where I'm going. I have a bigger picture of where God will take me. So as a child, we should learn to be industrious and like think fast. My data and card business actually thrived. I started the business with just 5,000 naira and the business grew. The interest I was even getting on it was over 70,000 naira. Just imagine selling data. I was selling data, I was selling recharge card, I was selling perfume, I was doing all of those stuff while I was still in university. And then after university, when I was 7, I was doing makeup, I was making hair. And the one that I now took so big was the pastry business. I had a brand, I branded my products. I was making chin pastry, plantain chips, donuts, cupcakes, delivering to big schools back in the city where I served, just to like support myself. So my parents were able to see that, okay, so without this child asking for money, she's able to think and start a business by herself. I started buying more machine, to make my job easier. I had someone who was even helping me. I added small chops to it, started doing small chops, advertising myself to big companies. When they have events, I make them in large quantities, 100 pieces, 200 pieces, go there, sell it to them. Like I had a big picture of how I wanted to be independent. I keep telling my friends, like if I was still in Nigeria, that business would have gone so big. But because I didn't have interest in continuing the business even after I left, even up to the extent that I was living in Ilorin at that time and I was delivering to Lagos, I was delivering to Ibadan. It was that's just how I like pictured and saw the business, right? Even when I came to the UK, like I just wanted my business to continue, my hair business. I bought products, bought attachments. Even in this UK, I've sold fish, I've just keep selling things. I still sell hair products, I do makeup, I keep planning things and just thinking, how can I keep making money, right? So that's something I've always wanted to do myself, like being independent. Like in my 20s, even at 30, I should have achieved this. So I had a plan, I set a goal for myself, and I was able to achieve it to the glory of God, and I'm still achieving that. So you learning a skill is very, very, very important. It's a way of being an independent person. So that's the way I've been able to like independently control my life and seek the face of God. First of all, I seek the face of God in anything I want to do, in any business, in anything I want to do. God, should I go ahead? If God is asking me to still hold on, I calm down and just wait for what next God will have me do. So don't just venture into something because people are doing it or because people are actually making money from it, but venture into it because that is what God is asking you to do at that time in your life, and also doing proper research. That's why I said networking is very, very good. Communicating with people of like minds, that had really helped me back from my university. I had a lecturer, shout out to you, Mrs. Akishiko. She's a very, very good lecturer. She always called me, Nicole, what do you want to do? Do you want to do this? Like, she would advise me as a mother, and things like that. I would get back, sit down, think about it, pray about it, ask God, what would you have me do? What is the plan? Am I staying back in Nigeria? Am I traveling out of the country? What would you have me do? And God directed me. Even before I finished university, I knew this is the path I was going because God was leading me. So the last one I'll be saying that really helped me is independence in living. So because I was able to live independently while I was serving, it wasn't an issue for me to live independently when I got to the UK. And those are things that we actually need to experience in life if you want to be independent. Taking decisions from things like that, moving out of your parents' house, self-sufficiency. Like, if you do not move out of your parents' house, you might probably not know how much meat is outside. You might probably not know how much rent is. Like, you knowing all these things is very, very important. It's a way of being independent. Even if you have a roommate or a housemate, you are independently taking decisions. You keep learning, you keep growing. So in summary, start taking decisions parents are able to trust you with. When you have bigger decisions in life, they will trust you about it. It's just like saying you haven't taken a proper decision in your life and then you just wake up one morning and you come up to your parents and say you're getting married. They'll be scared, they'll be confused because you haven't made a proper decision in your life, you've never done anything independently before, and the first thing you come up with is you want to get married. They would not trust you with that. So if you want to make a proper decision in your life, you have to start from smaller decisions, and your parents are able to trust decisions you make before they can entrust bigger decisions into your hands. Independence is a journey, so don't beat yourself up about it. You have to learn, keep learning. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to be open to learning, to have a plan, a goal, and you have to be committed to your aspiration. Set a goal, follow it, and take it a step at a time. Please, I hope you learned a thing or two from today's video. Please, if you did, like it, subscribe to my channel, and put a lovely comment in the comment section. Don't forget, I'm still picking my best comments for the week, so I'll be expecting to see your comments in the video. So till I come your way again, please stay blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.